Good morning, everybody. Can you see me and hear me? Oh, wait, did I do hold on a second. I need to make sure I put this on members only. I did not. Members, save. Okay. Okay, so my face is very red. I got a chemical peel the other day. So if you see some skin hanging off during this video, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back up. So people were asking about making a cheaper version that is shuffleable of the true crime Oracle decks. I posted a video about it, but this is the prototype of I'm going to make it in echoes and whispers. The box is much more square than the deck, which I was confused about. That's why I'm telling you right now. But the deck is this size. I'm going to try and stock them in November. Right now, the pre-order sale is $60, and then they're going to go up to $68. It's going to be $20 cheaper. So they are exactly double. Boom, boom. They're exactly double the mini. So for those who have been asking, they are now available on Stand Store, and they shuffle like this. So, okay, let's begin. I think that's readings are open for the month. There's not that many. I think there's only like 30 left right now. I think that's the only announcement. Oh, Verdict Vault is in. If you do not see your tracking, just email me and I'll give you your tracking. I'm going to be doing a members giveaway. I don't know where I put it, but for the other copy of my Whispers deck that I've been using, because I got the new ones in. They're a little bit updated, the font, but everything else is the same. So I'm going to do a giveaway, a members only giveaway for the version that I was using. I'll post that later. Sorry, my face is so itchy. So just ignore that. Okay. I think that was it. Besides the fact I updated Whispers because it has different font now. But I think that's it. Okay, let's begin. Oh, Blueprint Codex as well. I'm going to be making another video for that soon because people still have questions. So I'm going to make a more detailed video this week, probably tomorrow. There was something else and I can't remember what it was. Okay, let's go. I know shipping's crazy. Oh, that's another thing. I took away the flat shipping, and going forward, you'll email me what you purchased and I'll send you how much shipping is going to be because there's too many different size decks for a flat shipping thing. I know it's high. I wish I could do something about it, but it can't. Okay, I'm trying to find where this starts. Hold on. I would like to know what was actually behind all of that All Generals meeting. Is there war coming? Kind of giving cause the problem to initiate this control over the solution. Because this is like we want to come in and fix after something's in misalignment. So it feels like intentionally misaligning things further so that they can come up with a solution. Or so they can be the ones to provide the solution. Is there validity to the rumors of baby farming and cloning at Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico? A place that's hidden from the rest of the world, a lot poured into this intentionally. Wouldn't be surprised. Is Zorro Ranch linked to Bill Gates, the Clinton, or Area 51? There's documented proof of the first two listed there. I'm not getting anything about the third one though. I talked briefly with my family in Greece about the fam stuff here. First time I'm not staying quiet about this stuff. Any insight? I mean, you're gonna make somebody upset, but you got to do what's best for you. Someone's not gonna like it, but it had to be done. It was throwing you too much off balance to not speak on these things. So I think you did the right thing, but I also think the right thing is going to kind of make someone else mad. Will my dogs do good with the lady that I've got coming to take care of them while I'm on vacay this week? It's kind of giving a little bit of anxiety or like separation anxiety type of thing, but I don't think it's that they're going to not do well with her. I think it's just that they're not going to, I think she's going to do everything she has to do. I just think they're going to have separation anxiety. Clarity info regarding the government shutdown that started today. What can we know about that? Something else needs to be done while the lights are out. Like lights out meaning government shutdown. And Peace by OAR started playing, which is interesting. Immunity in reverse, undercover. An undercover trap. Something needs to be done while the lights are out. An undercover trap. I feel like it's going to be a quick little thing because it's like when you turn the lights out in the room and you move something and then you turn the lights back on, you're like, nothing to see here. Feels like that, allegedly. What is the energy of the new house? Energy of the new house. Oh. It feels like it's a long time coming, fresh change. Like maybe there wasn't a lot of life in there before, and this is like the long-awaited. I don't know. It just kind of feels like it was stagnant, and now it's happy to be back alive. Does that make sense? Oh, it was in your dream. Do I have a message for you? What was my message in your dream? If something is not working, don't change the goal, change the approach. Or if something is not working before changing the goal, try to change the approach and see if you can make progress that way. Am I on the right track with the information I've pieced together about mantras? You're on the right track, but there's still more to know, or there's still more to piece together. You have the right information. You just don't have all of it yet that you'll need. Like if you need to fill a cup with information, if you need to fill a cup with information to get whatever goal you have in mind, you have like 75% of the cup full. Will they find anything in my blood test this week? Releasing an imbalance. It's like something maybe like something is low, but it doesn't feel catastrophic. It just feels like something not releasing as much as it should of something. And because of that, maybe like a lack of flow as well as it should be. But I don't really think it's going to be catastrophic. I just think it's something that you need to make an adjustment because of in order to get that back on track. Message for shadow. Sometimes the action that you choose to take can be to wait on it. To say, okay, out of option A and option B, I don't love either of them. Let me wait for option C, or let me wait till one of those options becomes more feasible. Let me go to this list real quick. Message from my guides about my health and finance. It feels like you're in a point right now where you're being tested in multiple ways. I do think that you're going to eventually kind of reach a point of exhaustion, and then that's when things start turning around. I feel like there's one more financial hiccup that's going to be coming, but it's almost like it strips away something, like planning wise, that wasn't going to work out anyway, if that makes sense. I had to take a detour from so much traffic yesterday and went into a neighborhood I've never been in. Then I see the exact house that I had a dream about in the past year. Why? Your past self playing offense about a connection. So you're meant to make some other, think of that dream and connect it to something else that was happening now. It's a message for now. It's not a message for back then. But your past self is playing offense about a connection. So it's like, in this situation, seeing that house means something different. What is that? And compare that to what it meant then, I guess, is the other step. Message from my birth parents and a song. They're guiding you to slow down. I feel like you're trying to do too much without realizing that you might need a little bit of a break from all the action. P.S. I am so proud of you. You don't hear it enough, but I need you to know I am proud of you. My Best Friend by Tim McGraw. And look, sitting in the same chair. I feel like this is your birth dad saying there's a need to rest. And I'm almost wondering if that's like rest about stress in relation to figuring things out, or like give yourself a minute or give yourself a break. Stress taking more of a toll than you realize about it, if that makes sense. Message with a token. Skull and Crossbones, number 13. You're about to choose in between now and Halloween, because 31 is 13 backwards. So in between now and Halloween, you're going to choose to end something or disconnect from something that's going to increase your confidence just enough that in November it pays off. Wait, October? Yeah, in November it pays off. Let me go back to this list. Message from my father. What just happened to my screen? No, hold on. All the oh, there we go. Okay. Message from my father. The thing I loved most about our time together was the traditions we built that still carry on. It's the red string of fate. Hearing fighter spirit. He's like encouraging you to remember the version of you that like climbed some kind of little hill. Like there was like some kind of obstacle you overcame. And there's a reference to using that same strategy now. That's the connection, if that makes sense. Thank You for Loving Me by Bon Jovi. Wait, why did this list move? Hold on. My list went all the way down. What the heck? I have to find my spot. Hold on. I'm confused. Where's all the old comments? 9:45. Dogs. Mantras. Blood test. Why has my sister's attitude toward me changed so much over the years, and will she be happy? It's almost like she felt like she was owed some kind of explanation that she feels like she never got. And I feel like until that, she's going to keep holding on to something. Message of guidance. The stress is affecting my body, which is attacking itself. It's like you're disconnected from presence. Stress affecting my body. It's a disconnection from presence. I guess I'd say focus on grounding in ways that are different than your immediate environment. So literally getting out of the house, taking little day trips if you can. It's like your brain needs a change of scenery for like the pattern interrupts. Any ways you can put in a pattern interrupt, especially in terms of scenery and environment. Message from guides and a token. It's a keyhole of a door. Whatever shadow has been persistently popping up, I feel like you had the final showdown with it and you won. I feel like it was your self-worth being tested, your ability to like problem solve. Maybe you had like a lot of little problems that felt annoying. It was your problem solving that was being tested because there was a certain shadow tied to that. So whatever it is, you put the key in the hole and you're through the door now. Message and token to help with the week. Each choice matters, whether that's which voice you choose to listen to in terms of internal dialogue, what you choose to watch on your phone, what you choose to give energy to versus not being willing to. Every choice matters a lot this week. I feel like the way your week is going to go is going to be determined by, it's like each choice is like a yes or no, a good or bad. It's like you're not going to have an abundant amount of choices. It's like this or that all week. And if you choose right, it'll make it easier. Right is like, what would my higher self pick? Knight of Wands came out. Message from spirit, token, and a song. Wow, my face is getting redder by the minute. Oh my goodness. Target. Yeah, that's kind of what I look like, actually. Thank you, spirit. That was rude. Just kidding. All right. Message and a song. Jumper, 1998. Now my face is itchy because I made some joke. Okay, that's cool. It feels like you're finding a way to get the data in a way you didn't expect. So don't expect something to come in the way you plan to receive it, but you're getting what you plan to receive in terms of information, just not in the way you thought you were going to get it. Message and song from my spirit team regarding actions to take in October. Save more, cut back in some way, find a way to, I don't know, just like get very clear on where you stand financially, even if that means just sitting down and line by line going over what's coming in, what's going out. It's like there's something, if you just see it, the solution is right next to it. Can me and my brothers mend our relationship? Feels like you're dealing with someone who's very stubborn. It's like they're unwilling to try to see anything differently. I feel like not right now. But that's not you. Like, and that's not just because you're my client. Like, that's not you. They're very stubborn. It's like they're not even willing to look at it differently. Any messages from my mom? I was wrong about thinking I had all the time in the world, and the gear shift is sticking out to me. There's something you're worried about. Like, I feel like it's fear of failure in some way. Like, if I put effort into this and I fail, what happens? Sorry, my face is so itchy. The only way you fail is if you don't try, is the message. I'm sorry, and I just called to say I love you by Stevie Wonder. Oh, my nose. Guidance from my higher self on how I can continue to take positive steps towards what I need to do in the future. I feel like there's a need to just sit with your thoughts. Like, start to write them down, start to data dump your thoughts. Like, you have more answers than you realize, but you sometimes seek them externally. I feel like there's a couple things that require just one step forward in order to get momentum going. And I feel like if you sit down and start by organizing where you're at, where you were, and where you want to go, and then let your intuition tell you what needs to be written down next. It's like you need that data string to just start, and your steps are right there. In what time frame can my mother expect an answer on her case? And 8, 24. Getting the number 6, I don't know if it's weeks or if it's months. I guess that depends on like which one of those would make more sense in this case. You're looking at either 6 weeks or 6 months. If it's been a long drawn out thing, 6 months. If it's not 6 weeks, if it's not, then 6 weeks. I mean, if it's something you're waiting for right now, then it's within the next 6 days. So whichever one of those fits most. I kind of feel like it's 6 weeks. Message of guidance. Message of guidance. It's not a punishment. It's like you're getting external proof on what internally wasn't in alignment with you anyway. It's just now falling away externally, and it may feel like a little bit of a punishment or a little bit of like you want to resist the change, but the change externally is only a reflection of the change you already made internally. The external is just catching up. Message from my higher self for the month of October. Will I have a breakthrough of some kind? It's giving breakdown before the breakthrough. Like, not breakdown like you're going to have a breakdown, but breakdown as in, okay, I don't like this anymore. Okay, I don't align with this anymore. And then breakthrough. So maybe not breakthrough in October. October feels like figuring out what's not working so you can make room for the breakthrough in November. Or December. Probably November. Message from my guides and higher self. Whatever you just went through that felt, I don't know, like a little annoying is kind of the word that's coming through. It was preparing you because your belief system in something is about to be tested in a way of like, are you who you say you are type of thing. And you're going to pass because you're coming out of those other frustrations where now you're just like, whatever, another one. Okay. But really that you not making something into a frustration, but allowing it to just brush off is the passing of the test, if that makes sense. What is the root cause of my mother's chronic fatigue? Going and not learning. Going and not learning. Psychosomatic. Vitamin mineral deficiency. I think it's a mix of multiple things. I think it's something that started maybe like something like a mineral deficiency, but then I also feel like now it's kind of being also mixed in with the psychosomatic category. So it's like maybe it's lasting longer because of, or maybe it's as intense as it is because of the mix of two different factors. I'm so anxious about this new class I'm preparing for, taking fear I won't be able to keep up or do the work or even understand it. That's not a reality. That's a fear that's manifesting because of change. It's just a big change. Codependency on past versions of you that didn't realize your worth, popping up to stress you out. I fear I won't be able to. What's behind this fear and anxiety? Yeah, it's like the battle between self-love, and this is the version that's going that way towards the past. Self-love is going forward. This battle with myself that stems from codependency on versions of, because those versions of yourself you needed to survive. The versions of yourself where you were really hard on yourself and had to hold everything on your shoulders. That version of you was needed, but that version of you isn't the version of you that's showing up to class. This version is. So you just need to, chariot in reverse, put a wall between this guy that's trying to run in and attack that guy. Let's get a card from Dave. Where did I put that? 5. Oh, 5 is change. Huh? He's like, change your perspective, please. If I could go back, I would. Not let fear hold me back from the truth. I kid you not. Not let fear hold me back from the truth. It's the brain and the light bulb. Well, there's your confirmation from Dave. Oh, that's funny. He's funny. And Collide by Howie Day is the song playing, Christine. Message from Mother Mary. Family is more important than ever. The actions that people are taking need to be less on the outside world and more about stabilization and protection and care and time spent with family. Focus less externally, more internally. I read that as Mother Mary, like the religious Mother Mary, not your Mother Mary. Let me know if I read that wrong. I just realized maybe you meant your mother, because that was not your mother. That was the other one. Charlie Kirk has been coming through my spirit communication devices very strongly. What's his message? What's his message? I'm going to pull some cards out before I say it. 1 second. I don't want to look at them. In hiding and call log in reverse. What's his message? Look at what they're unwilling to talk about or what they're intentionally hiding. Look there. Call log in hiding. The message is, if you want to find out why things are going the way they're going right now, look into, I don't know which way to word it. The means in which they handled the Epstein case. It's like the timing of certain things. If you start to create a pattern of the timing, that's the message, is look at that. Allegedly. I need clarity and guidance. What should I do? I feel like there's something in your plan that you don't necessarily want to change. And it's not that you have to change it if it's a goal, but maybe the approach is what's burdening you. Because there is something buildable here, but it's almost like if you need a drill and you're trying to use a hammer instead. Like you have the right, something is right, but the something in the strategy or the buildup, if you just swap it out for a different tool, whatever it is that you're trying to build, it won't be a burden, but it'll be buildable. And You Found Me by The Fray just started playing. So whatever tool it is you need, you have it. You just have to get it out the toolbox. My sister is visiting with my family and me and would really like to go with her when she leaves for 2 weeks to reset emotionally and mentally. Is that good for me or will it set me back? Both, because I feel like going will be good for you, but there's something about returning that I guess I'd say it's good for you as long as you're ready to handle the return to normalcy afterwards. Because it's almost like that period of stress relief makes the return to stress feel 10 times heavier. So I guess I would say if you're prepared to handle a bit of like, I don't know, when you return from vacation sometimes, like especially a longer one, and you kind of have like, you're like down in the dumps a little bit. It kind of feels like that, but like to the next level a little bit. Not in a way that should scare you, but in a way that's like, if you're prepared for it, it'll be fine. If that makes sense. My face is getting so much redder. That's insane. Advice from my dad this morning and a song from Mom. Building a Mystery by Sarah McLachlan. You have the answer. You just need proof of it to increase your confidence. You already have, it's like he already dropped the download in your brain, your dad. But you need to connect it to some kind of proof so that you can connect it to your confidence. You feel confident about it, if that makes sense. What is the energy of the new house? A past situation that felt like empty or lacking or like not a lot happening, connect it to now a sense of freedom. So a change from stillness to freedom. Work basically said I wasn't holding a coworker's hand as much as I should be. I'm receptive to feedback, but also these are basic skills that should be known. And I give a lot of support. Approach it in a way that doesn't give the potential for you to look bad. I guess I would say you're not wrong, but just because you're not wrong doesn't mean that those that are like higher up are going to see it the right way. So approach it knowing that like you're not wrong, but in which way can you play it that it doesn't end up making you look bad because they don't agree? Because it's easier for them to not agree with you, because that means it's less work for them and more work for you. So what do you see with my fiance and work for the next 6 months? Is it trying to get a job, or is it in a job? Because this is like I'm going, and nothing great's happening, but nothing bad is happening either. So if it's looking for a job that you're asking about, then it's, I keep trying and I keep being met with like a brick wall, but I nothing bad happens. Like I don't necessarily have a setback, but I don't have a forward front either. And if he's waiting for something to change, it feels like it's delayed. Or on like the further end of the 6 month time frames. So it doesn't have to necessarily be outside of it, but on the longer end of it. The company I've been going through for staff and repay has changed hands. I don't agree with the changes. Don't have staff yet. Should I stay or should I go? Are you okay with staying if it doesn't change? Because it feels like that's the case. I feel like you'll be happier going. I feel like you've had an experience similar before in a different category. Like this is like a what did you learn from last time you experienced something similar type of situation. So what would you have, looking at that past situation that's similar, but with the wisdom that you have now, how would you have handled that? That's the same answer. Oh, I like this question. What steps can I take now to maximize my participation in the Codex course? So I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in the video, but I have the one up right now that's showing the binder if you want to use a binder. If not, I would get like all your folders and stuff ready. And then in the spread, the tarot spread part, there's a bunch of different like starter spreads. I'm trying to put them in order. I'm trying to adjust the order as I go, but there's some spreads that you can do, and they come with like journal entries and stuff. And then there's a couple like recordings that are called parables at the bottom. That kind of gives the framework for the basic understanding of the beginning, if that makes sense. Oh, where'd that go? Message from my mom and a song. It's always darkest before the dawn. It's like right now you're in the pause period before something moves forward because you made a really hard right decision. She's saying to stress the right part. Really hard right decision. The love I left behind still in the spaces where we laughed and loved. I feel like she's saying give yourself a little bit of a break. Queen of Cups is the card. Message from Spirit Team with a token. Ghost. You're showing up for yourself either internally or externally. Like one is back in alignment. Now the other needs to follow suit. So either you're showing up for yourself more internally, now you need to do that externally, or vice versa. But whatever you did, it's like you finally took the sword out of your back that was making you kind of have to hunch over when you stood up, if that makes sense, like energetically. So now it's about nurturing that part back to life. The part that feels like it was like ghost, like it wasn't there temporarily. Are ancestry websites like 23andMe being used for hidden nefarious purposes? what we see is not in alignment with the ways in which it can be potentially used against us, or the ways in which it's being used for nefarious purposes is not in alignment with what we see it as. Allegedly. How will the consultation/assessment I requested yesterday go? I feel like you're going to have a lot of unanswered questions, or you might feel like you have more questions. It's like, I'm confused, and then I make this request, and now I'm more confused. It kind of feels like that. If it's not confusion, then it's like, okay, I was confused. Now I have direction, and I have to go seek the answers in those directions. Message from A. Something's not moving forward until you give yourself credit about what you just made it through. It's like part of this self-worth assessment is, okay, wow, I did that. I endured that. I lasted that. It's like the door in front of you will open only when you recognize, kind of like giving yourself the credit that's due, or integrating something from what you learned from that period. A lot of conflict with my sister. Oh, she wants me around, but also resents me. She says, will forward my resume to work. I'm not sure if it will make it worse between us. Can I get a job through her? Can you? Yeah. Do I think it's going to make it worse? Yeah. And Dare You to Move by Switchfoot is the song. I kind of feel like it's something she may hold over your head. It's like a I owe you type of thing that feels to weigh on you over time, like from her to you. Messages and a token. Tornado. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't expect everything to happen overnight, but you're coming to some kind of finish line. I feel like it's not a time period that you're going towards with the tornado. It's like certain actions create this wave, and that's what moves. You know, on the boardwalk, when you press the little button and it makes the horse go on the game, it's like that. Each action you take presses the button, and that's what gets you towards the finish line. Not time, but action. Anything from my dad? The best friends locket. Best friends forever. Our connection is strongest when you talk to me like I'm still here and I'm hearing, yes, I heard you, specifically. I heard your request for a solution. So there's some kind of action being taken to help give you, through your intuition, the pieces that you asked for in terms of like, I need a solution for this. Please help me. Save You a Seat by Alex Warren is the song. Public recognition, speech, award, or ceremony. So it's like a solution to get to the end of something. Let me go to this list. Was it really our friend Craig that came to visit? Why was the energy confused and angry? Yes. I feel like the energy may have been misread, though. Yes, it was him. Sometimes when we pick up on energy, it might be them communicating to us their feeling at a different time frame. So I feel like he may have been trying to show you the confused and angry at the moment of the car accident. You know what I mean? Like a signature, like, hey, it's me. You know it's me because this is how I felt on my way out. You know what I mean? It feels like that. It doesn't feel like he's that way right now. Right now, he's King of Cups upright. So he's confirming that it's him by showing you his signature when he left, if that makes sense. Can I help my friend? Her son died, or will my involvement cause more problems for me and my family? The subject is real life demon and very messy. Not sure if I can help her, but I will if justice prevails. So you're saying, I'm not sure if I can help her, but I will if justice prevails. I feel like this would be yes, but I feel like if you do it too soon, then it's a no. So I feel like the determining factor here is if justice prevails, then you can help. Like if there's something that, I don't know, like whatever you mean by justice prevailing, I wouldn't do anything till then. Okay, Delinda, let me see if I can find. I don't know if you left a comment or not. I'm going to leave that one up for now. I usually use my milestone to say thank you and congrats. Oh, thank you. But I need to ask if you see the fluid around my heart getting worse. I don't think it's getting worse. I just don't think it's getting better. So I guess that in a way you could consider that like it being worse because it's the same amount for longer instead of it getting better, but I don't see it increasing, if that makes sense. I just don't see it getting better either yet. Yeah, there's some kind of delay in movement. I tried my pendulum and it didn't move. Is there something blocking me? Ooh. I would say it's possible you're overthinking whether or not it's you moving it. So it's almost like if your spirit team's holding it until I don't know, like almost like if it were to move, you right now would be like, oh no, it must have been me, because there was like a pause in the beginning. So I feel like there's a need to like, I don't know, like ask a couple silly questions. I feel like maybe you're trying to put a seriousness to it because there is a level of responsibility, but like maybe ask a couple questions that are like more lighthearted and see where those responses start to go. Because I feel like right now there's almost this like not over responsibility, that's not a thing, but like you're over analyzing whether or not it's you. You know what I mean? So maybe putting a little bit of a lighthearted feel on it at first will get you more used to it. Message from Mrs. G to her husband and son. Push by Matchbox 20 came on. I feel like there's encouragement to keep pushing through something because that started as soon as I answered you. Oh, keep pushing. Letting go of pain doesn't mean letting go of love. Number 3. October, November, December. I feel like she's highlighting preparation from them to have a difficult time during the holiday. Almost like this feeling of impending doom. But she's going to be there to help ease the pressure of it. So if they're already having anxiety about missing her extra and not handling it well during the holidays, lessen that anxiety because she's coming through in a big way. Free Fallen by Tom Petty. Message from ancestors with token. Bonfire with number 5. So a change in the flame. It's giving endurance challenge. Like there's going to be brightness increasing because you endured till the end of something. Like the test wasn't figuring out how to bring something in. The test was, can you endure until the test is over? Let me go back here. Will Lorna and her daughter be able to repair their relationship for the new baby? I feel like it's up and down. Like they're good one day, not good the next. And it feels like that just continues. So I feel like there's going to be communication because it feels like they have to be communicating to be going up and down in this scenario. So I feel like yes and also no. And obviously they can make choices to improve that, but I feel like at first it's that roller coaster. Growing pains advice for my nephew Bubba's from our uncle Greg that passed. Growing pains advice. Don't rush it. Like almost, I don't know, it's like giving the feeling of like, don't try and run from yourself. Just embrace what you're seeing, even though change is uncomfortable. What you put into it is what you'll get out of it. And if you just keep making the next best right choice, you'll end up where you need to be. Message from Sean. There's no time like today. There's some kind of change that the sooner you action it, the sooner it'll start to pay off. Am I ready to continue on my spiritual journey as I felt stuck for a little while? One step at a time. Take it slow. I feel like when you try to take multiple steps is when you expect things to be understood quicker than what they're being understood as. Like let yourself be a student in it and don't expect it to look like other people's journey. It's meant to be your own. Why is my sister Jenna disconnected from our family? Difference in belief system. It's kind of giving nobody would hear out my different belief system, so I stopped explaining and I just distanced myself. It's with the star kind of feels like I had to, like from her perspective at least. So whatever that belief system is that she felt like was being challenged is very impactful to like who she is as a person. Why is T not paying the agreed monthly payment? Should I say anything about it? Delay, confusion. I know I need to pay. I feel like they're not paying it because they're trying to see how long they can hold off without it being addressed as they buy time to make money. Or testing to see if it's hostile already, then they're testing to see how long they can go without you saying anything. If not, it's the money thing. Is it optimal for me to donate approximately 30% of my unsold stale inventory? Will the mental and physical space relief outweigh the financial loss? I feel that. I just took forever to reorganize my office, which is very much a smaller scale thing than that, but yes and no. Yes, get rid of it. Is there a way you can make a little bit of money off of it? Donate my stale inventory. Stale like food stale, like unusable, or stale just like old? Because I feel like there's a way you can make a little bit of money off of it. If not, then maybe donate to a business that they can make. I don't know. There's like some. Yes, get rid of it, but there's a better option than to just take a total loss, if that makes sense. Should I start school or stay where I am? Will my finances get better or will I keep struggling? Oh, okay. That's with your, okay. Hold on, let me click this out so I don't forget. Is that going to make that go away? No, okay. Should I start school or stay where I am at? I feel like a change would do good, but I don't know if I see full time. Start school or stay where I'm at. Is there a way to stay where you're at and kind of incorporate some schooling? Because I feel like it's a connection of the two answers is why I'm saying that. So I feel like my first choice would be stay where you're at and see if you can incorporate a side of that. But I feel like there's some need to stay where you're at as the basis. So if you can't stay where you're at while starting school, I feel like stay where you're at is the answer. Will my finances get better or will you keep struggling? There's something you're not seeing about how to bring in more money. Or how to like a move you could make that would turn the tides. So I feel like they're going to get better, but it requires you to see something you're not all the way seeing clearly right now. Flow and debt is the category of that you're not seeing right now. What's the issue with my stepmom and sister? I don't know whose perspective this is from, but somebody feels like one of them talks too much and one is not explaining enough. It's like that dynamic. One's too much talking, one's not enough talking, and it's causing some kind of dynamic where kind of the one that's doing the talking feels like they need to keep doing that to keep up the whole story or something, or the whole energy. And then the other one who hasn't been talking now has a lot to say and is getting even more distant because they're not saying it. And Move Along by the All American Rejects is the song. So it's like there's something they both need to kind of let go and move forward from, but they're not. They're not, because the one that keeps talking is talking and the one that's not talking is getting more frustrated from not talking. I'm trying to see if there's anyone I didn't get yet. What is causing my brother-in-law's blood clots? The doctors haven't found reason yet. Why does that look so yellow? Okay, so blood clots, blood clotting. It's like the brain not sending down the signal for one thing. The Queen of Wands is like social, external, so it's giving limbs. It's kind of giving the location of what's causing the issue coming from limbs and the brain's communication with them. So maybe like mobility type things. It's like Like if there's too much pressure around limbs and that's where the issue's starting, that's what I'm getting. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Message for the month. Message for the month. It's going to get better. You're going to figure out a plan. The plan's not all going to be done and in action yet, but you are going to figure out some kind of plan. I would say message for the month, grab a notebook, and every day start the day by writing half a page and end the day by writing half a page. There's something internally that when you process it externally, it's going to show you how to take the actions that you're deciding you need to take. The steps of them. Will A have to go to court and testify, or will he plead guilty? I feel like testify. Public, messenger, defending myself. That to me is testify. And I have King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So this is like I'm testifying because I feel like I have valuable information. Message from my mom, song and token. It's lips with no. So the message is that no is a full sentence. And it's bridge over troubled water. So your solution to some kind of troubled water is the fact that no with no explanation is a full sentence. Number 1, the hardest roads often lead to the greatest revelations. When you pour all of your energy into figuring out what you do not want to pour your energy into. So let me take a minute and figure out what I'm pouring energy into that's not serving me. When you stop doing that and just say no, you move forward. You got all the lessons you needed to out of it. Message and guides. Message from my guides and a song. Message and guides. It feels important that I said it that way. Message and guides. The song is Here Is Gone by the Goo Goo Dolls. It's giving when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And when the student is really ready, the teacher disappears. So it's like your guides have been a little silent, but that's because the student is ready to show what they learned from the lesson. Like you're the student. How long will this job last with E? It's like it doesn't really move forward very well. And then something comes to a head and then it quickly goes in a different direction. 9 feels significant, whether that's 9 months, weeks, whatever would fit into the time frame, and or September. I'm getting bills for my insurance from a year ago and having trouble keeping up with my financial responsibilities. What would benefit me right now is this shadow wound coming out. Using logic to find different solutions to close out cycles. I'm almost wondering if there's something that you could file, because this is like giving a logical solution of change in strategy. I'm wondering if there's some kind of financial relief that you're not realizing you're eligible for. Maybe you weren't before, but would be now. I would honestly upload everything that you're receiving into ChatGPT and say, is there anything I can do, like a financial grant or something? I don't know what it would be, I don't know. It feels like there's something that's accessible to you. Is it a shadow wound coming out? I think yes, around impending doom, kind of, I guess. Like what feelings come up around knowing something is going to have to be handled that you don't have the means to handle now? It kind of feels like that. And a test of faith, I guess. Message for my sister. Her birthday is on Saturday. Happy birthday. One of the most powerful tools she's going to have this year, like this year of her life, is her beliefs. What's that quote that's like, those who believe in something, or when you have a believe in something or you'll be fooled by anything, something like that. Fostering and strengthening her belief systems is going to be her greatest tool this year. Advice from Grandpa. You're waiting for failure, not because you think you can't handle the situation, but because you're expecting yourself to fail. Like, you're not looking at the actual situation and saying there's no way out. You're looking at the situation and saying, I can't find a way out. So flip that. Look at the situation logically and say, okay, this is a path, that's a path. And then don't associate your ability to be on that path. Those paths are there because you can walk them, if that makes sense. Any sign of Kieran getting a job soon? Is there like a different, I don't know, it's like right there, but I'm almost wondering if like there's the same skill set, different position. Like maybe not permanently, but to get the foot in the door. Needing to expand the perimeter in which I don't think like distance though. Like I think like skill set. I feel like once that happens, it's sooner because we have the sun. Yes, it's possible, but there's a missed opportunity because of data points, is what I'm breaking that down to. Message for my work situation. It's like someone that should be in a position to give good advice is giving bad advice. Like, I don't think to you though. I think to maybe advice isn't the right word. Somebody up top is not handling things the way they need to, so it's making things more stressful for those underneath of them. I kind of want to say focus on just putting one brick in place at a time as well as you can. That's what this feels like. That feels to be the option that creates forward movement instead of panic, which wouldn't, because it's coming from above, like the issue, if that makes sense. Message from Spirit Team. Walk, don't run, or you'll miss something that you need to see, and make sure that you're looking up. Walk, don't run, and make sure you're looking up. It's almost like something important comes to light in a seemingly mundane moment. Oh, I forget that you guys can change your usernames. A message from my spirit team and a token. Movie clapper. So action. You're learning a lesson the easy way this time. Which I feel like when we learn lessons the easy way, that's equivalent to like making ourselves proud, right? Because you learn the lesson and then you're like, oh, cool, look at what I did. That's making yourself proud. So you're about to have a scene where you make yourself proud because you're learning a lesson in an easy way. Not like an easy way, but like oh, that makes sense. Let me do it like this. Like you experience the change needed and you change it. And that's the scene, the lesson. Will my part-time job keep reducing me to only work 4 hours versus a full 12? I think so. Maybe not immediately. It may take some time, and maybe not all the way down to 4. Is that the only option? I do think they're going to cut hours more, though. But I also don't think it's going to be permanent. It's like I feel like eventually they're going to need the staff at more hours. But I do think it's going to be cut, but not immediately. All right, let me go back to this list. Will creating a school for D students be profitable to put me off track? Off track. Will a college teaching position open for me soon? I don't think as soon as you'd like. Is there a reference you should be listing that you're not, or someone that you know that could get you your foot in the door? I want to know why. I just don't think you have the whole plan together all the way where it needs to be. And the amount of time you would need to put into that would put you off track because there's something else that takes precedent in what you need to be focusing on. Should you focus on this, as in the teaching position? Yeah, I feel like something wasn't all the way finished yet. Like, I feel like there's more to explore. I feel like that's kind of meaning apply for more places and don't necessarily latch on to one that you've already applied to. There's new applications needed. Are there any messages from my spirit guides? What's the cycle will repeat until you take a different action. If you keep getting off at the same exit, it's going to keep looping you back in. There's something that needs to be, justice. In order for justice to be found, there's a certain mindset that needs to be disconnected from, or a fear that needs to be disconnected from, or a limitation, I should say. Does R want to be with G, or does she feel like she has to stay because of the kids? I feel like there's a bit that's because of the kids. I feel like there's a bit that like I desire to make it work. Is it? Maybe not the way that they want it to. But I also feel like there's this fear of starting over that is the biggest piece. Like the biggest thing that's keeping things the way they are is fear about how do I even go about restarting / I don't want to restart, that type of thing. All right, one more and then back to the other list. Message from spirit with a token. I saw the whale token too, or dolphin, with the little sprout. And then this is a crane picker-upper. So if you pick up a dolphin out of the ocean, the spray it's like you were sprayed with some kind of confusion for a minute out of nowhere. Like it picked up out of nowhere and you were like, what is going on? That's about to start to clear. You're about to start to get clarity where there was a lack of data all at once. Into the ocean, Blue October, I kid you not. Literally into the ocean. Okay. Where's my mouse? Should I be looking for other job opportunities? I feel like there's some bit of selling yourself short right now. So not just other job opportunities, but like the next step in whatever you do. Next step forward. What does my future hold financially? Once you overcome confidence in, I don't know, like confidence in knowing that you can go the distance, like you can pick something and see it through till the end, even if it's not something that's accessible immediately. So there's something you're meant to be striving towards or building towards. Like maybe not something that you're qualified for right at this moment, but if you make a couple steps, then you're qualified and it opens up a new level that won't make you so feeling like you have to repeat the financial struggle. I am going to be doing a giveaway for, oh, you know what? I'll do, where is that deck? I had it like 10 minutes ago. Well, when I find it, I'll do a giveaway, members only. It'll be the other version of the whispers that I've been using. The used, like it's used, and entry into the codex. And if you already have entry into the codex and you win and you're a member, you can pick another member to have entry. I'll do that later when my face is not so itchy. Where am I? I think I was over here. I want to create a personal Oracle deck for myself. Should I just do a mock deck using index cards or repurpose playing cards to test it out? They sell blank playing cards. You can repurpose, yeah, but they also sell, if you're going to potentially buy index cards, I feel like the blank deck of cards is probably the same price on Amazon. Just type in blank. They're just completely white, but they're the actual version size of the cards. I would say that would be preferable, or cut an index card to be the size of what you would want the card to be. Because if you're doing it where you want to create a real version of it, I would say get the prototype as close to that real version as possible. Trust me from experience. I've changed the decks so many times. If you can make it as close to where you want it to be the first round, you're saving yourself a lot of time. Because even the little things, you'll have to change the whole design. But if you're just writing words on it, then you can do whatever. Trying to see if there's anyone I didn't get yet. 1 second. My mom doesn't understand what I'm going through, does she? Be Like That by 3 Doors Down. Knows what you're going through, yes. Is able to comprehend it, no. It's giving, I'm hearing you, I just can't all the way process it. Be like that. If I could be like that. I almost feel like it maybe triggers her a little bit to not be able to truly comprehend. So if she kind of shuts down, I feel like it's because she doesn't know how to process in a way to articulate words that would help. You know what I mean? Would working with animals be a right move for me? Yes, but just make sure you're not putting too much on your schedule. I feel like, yes, that would be a good change of strategy that would help you pour yourself out in a way that is a release of the love that you've been having, not a place to send that particular love to. But I worry about overexertion. Just make sure you're not putting too much on your plate. Any messages from my mother-in-law for me and my daughter? Presence. She's highlighting the importance of presence and making sure that there's moments throughout the day that you're dedicating to not being distracted. She's highlighting the importance of like that type of presence. If you only knew how much love still connects us. And Stand By Me by Ben E. King. Yeah, standing together under, that would be present in the moment. So maybe presence specifically when you're able to be outside and coupling that with presence with intention. Is there a way for me to reconnect with my sister Jenna? I kind of feel like ball is in her court. You could extend the invitation to some degree, but I feel like you may be disappointed. In time, she may come around to it, but I feel like right now she might not be ready. But that's not to say you can't extend the invitation so she can accept it when she is ready. Message from guides on new work environment and a song. Don't expect everybody to see things the way you do. I almost want to word it as you may be frustrated with the level of other people's work ethic or problem-solving skills or something along those lines. I want to say, you're not wrong. Just be mindful of how you approach those situations, even though you're not wrong. Is my coworker's chest pain anything to be concerned about? He just had ambulance called for him. I feel like they're going to ask him to make some kind of change. It's kind of giving like we see stress here, or we see a little bit of something we need to keep an eye on there. Do I think there's an issue right now? Yeah, I feel like it's a buildup of something that they're going to say, okay, this isn't like a catastrophic issue, but you need to change this or it's going to be. It feels like that. Oh, let me go to this list. Any safety concerns for my upcoming trip? Safety concerns? No. I just feel like your hyper awareness may stress you out sometimes. but I don't see any. I know these are reversed, but I'm taking this as like potentially some delay in travel, but safety, no. I do think that you may stress yourself out just a little with being hyper aware, which if you're in a place you don't know isn't the worst thing. I guess just be mindful of your level of hyper awareness so you don't stress yourself out. What's the connection from the dream? Pattern recognition in terms of making a decision. So same kind of decision, same method of making the decision, same factors in the decision. Then and now, that's how there's the connection. Oh, I was over here. Hold on. I'm going to close super chats. Did it happen? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Message on business. Planning new content now. If something isn't an immediate hit, it doesn't mean you should disregard it. Sometimes things need a little bit of build up. Think about like different type of series and things to connect. So like this might not always do well. This might not always do well, but in combination, it brings things in or brings people in, I guess I should say. Trisha, let me see if there is. Trisha. I see one. No, I don't see. I'm going to leave that up there for now. What does my mom think about me and my work? I kind of take it as she feels like she holds you back a little bit. Like almost like if she wasn't a factor in things that you have to be responsible for and consider and all of that, I feel like she maybe feels like not necessarily that you could be doing more, but maybe just that like she feels like she holds you back from, I don't know. There's like a I'm proud of you, but I also feel like maybe I burden you in regard to that. That's what I'm getting. How long before I need to move from my current home? Are you going to need to? Yes, I think you have a little bit more time than you think you do. Under 6. I feel like before the end of 2026. If it's a tighter time frame, then it's before the end of 6 months, but it kind of feels like before the end of 2026. This seems significant. And there's something very significant that you overcome before. So it's almost like you feel like something needs to be rushed, and then you buy time, and then things happen more calmly. Higher ups don't have the skills either. I just met with the coworker and have weekly meetings with her now. Will that help? Not in the way you want it to. It's like you're connecting the right dots. It's just like the kite isn't taking off yet. The kite isn't flying. But like you connected all the lines on the kite to make the kite. You know what I mean? So it's just catching the right wind. And I don't think this is the right wind. How long will I stay here? Kind of feel like a little bit longer than you'd like. I feel like eventually you find a different path that you want to start to go down, but you stay there for a bit. There's like lack of action around leaving. I feel like you stay longer than you want to. or you end up staying longer than you want to. Where am I? What am I ready for? Taking the part of your life that feels the most blocked and coming up with a solution, even though in the past you tried things and they didn't work. There's something in your life that's persistently, every time you think about it or deal with it, you're like, oh, stress. That has a solution that you're ready to embark on now. I can try to sell some to bulk lots on Facebook locally. Yeah, something like that, where even if you only get a little bit, and I don't even know if it's necessarily about the money so much as it's about like feeling like you aren't just, I don't know, I feel like maybe it's a self-worth trigger. Like, okay, this was stuff that I was planning on making money off of and now I'm literally making nothing, versus, okay, I'm kind of donating it, giving it away, I'm clearing out my space, but it's not a total loss. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the best. But like, give yourself a date. I would say that. Give yourself a date. I'm going to take these actions in this time frame, and if by this date I still have it, I'm throwing it out. Do that. Good Riddance by Green Day. I literally kid you not. Good Riddance by Green Day. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. How can I personally help my family situation? How can I personally help? You know how when people are talking and the person that's listening will ask questions that aren't really questions, but are just like making the person reiterate what they said? Like if someone says, I'm really mad at mom, but they don't say it directly, and then the other person says like, oh, so are you saying you're upset with mom for this? Like bringing what they're saying that to you is the problem to their attention and letting them see it from a different perspective, but not in like a judgy way or like a, oh, do you mean this? But like a, oh, is this what you're saying? Almost like bring their own blockage to their own attention in a way that seems like you're just reiterating what they said as a question, if that makes sense. She's been extremely distant the last few months, and I feel like she don't share as much with her now. She's so negative that what I deal with my kid's father. It's hopelessness, solution, debt. It's like I feel like I'm aware there's a problem and I'm waiting for the other person to bring the solution because I feel like I'm owed it. That's kind of how that feels. Any messages from my daughter to myself and for her daughter and a song? Letting yourself be happy isn't leaving me behind. I feel like it's coming through just like that. I wish I could tell you how beautiful your soul truly is. And Stolen by Dashboard Confessional, which is like the sunset in the picture. I feel like there's this message of I'm with you for the happy times, and there's a need to not replace every happy time with like a feeling of guilt. I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack is the song. An event is family reunion. She's like, hey. I kind of get like life of the party vibes, or like even if she was quiet, it's like people would be quiet to listen to what she had to say. Will my job make it through the healthcare cuts? I feel like yours will, but maybe not people that are around you. That it's kind of giving like too close for comfort type of thing. But I think yes, but too close for comfort at the same time. Message for the month of October. What is not for you is competing with whether or not you'll take action to disengage from it. So if it looks like your past and you don't want it in your future, don't give it any energy, because it kind of feels like there's this tug of war for your focus this month. So keep your focus on where you want to go, not where you've been. Oh, I hope you feel better, Linda. Message from my guides with a token. Oh, if anyone won a prize, I think this is what the other announcement was earlier. I forgot. If anyone won a prize and you didn't get every piece of it yet, there's now a form on my stand store. That's where all the prizes will be filled out from now on. Okay. So we have headphones. You made it past the halfway point, because the 51 is really sticking out to me. You made it past the halfway point of some marathon. And now that you made it past the halfway point, now you're aware of the tools. So now you're free to complete the rest of the other half, because now you have, it's like the first half you had to gather the tools, and the second half you have to use them. And that's how you complete this cycle. 5th song in a playlist has something to do with this as well. Oh, that's heavy. Hold on. Stepdad, dealing with the beginnings of Alzheimer's and is struggling. Beginning of Alzheimer's. The Resolution by Jack's Mannequin. The Resolution by Jack's Mannequin. I kind of want to start it by saying I feel like that's what his soul chose, to kind of like his method to disconnect towards the end of his life. I don't know. That's kind of, and not that it's the end right now, but just like that's, I don't know. I just get this heavy feeling. The Resolution by Jack's Mannequin. Mannequin's like frozen. So it kind of feels like this was on a soul level, a choice. Almost like his higher self is like, yes, it's hard to experience, but to some level easiest for him. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. I feel like because of something else he deals with, it's going to make this a difficult journey. It's like, because this is coupled with another ailment, it's a bigger issue. I would just say structure feels very, very important for those around him to maintain the structure. What do I need to work in during my current downtime that hopefully won't last long? Your mind, when you can't distract yourself from it, or busybody yourself away from it, or take action away from it. It's like when you strip down your mind to what voice is playing, whose voice is that, and are you in agreement and alignment with that? It kind of feels like the downtime is meant to force your mind to slow down enough to be able to hear a whisper, because there's a lot of busyness usually. So journaling, meditation, drawing, art, it doesn't even have to be good. Just whatever you want to express through you creatively. Message from my guides. Message from my guides. Just because you don't see the solution yet doesn't mean it's not coming. It's kind of giving one of those revolving doors where it's like you step in at the like hospitals and stuff and you have to wait for it to go a certain degree to step back out. It's like you don't see the solution yet because the door is still turning. So allow, I almost want to say allow nature to take its course, but it's like something needs more time. And when you have more time, the opening will show. All right, everyone, I'm going to hop off because my face is, I need to just go scratch it. I'm not supposed to scratch it, though. I'm supposed to just let it happen. Anyway. What was I going to say? Okay, so announcements to close. If you won something in a giveaway and didn't get every piece of it yet, please let me know through the won a prize with a question mark button on my stand store. If you're late and you're wondering why my face looks like this, I got a chemical peel, so I'm okay. I did not lay on the sun. Verdict Vault is in stock. What was the other thing? Whispers is back in stock. It's a little bit updated. Same deck, just different font. The pocket version of Echoes and Whispers is now available for pre-order, stocking in November. It looks like this size. Shuffleable version of the mini. I don't know. I need to go eat. I ran out of brain power. Thank you all for being here. See you. Oh, readings are open. I don't know how many spots are left or if there's any spots left, but they're open. So, and Blueprint Codex, I'm going to try to record a video tomorrow of a better explanation. No, you don't need to be live for the, so basically everything will be uploaded. The first go around that starts on 10/10, that's the only time that things are having a date. You know what I mean? Because from then on, they'll be available when you access the course, like after the first go round. So you'll have all the videos, all the content forever. It's just for the first round, it's not released till a certain day because I'm doing it in real time with you. So you can watch like my energy change as I'm doing it in real time with you. But there is some stuff up already. There's some, if you go into the actual things like the parables and the spreads and stuff, some of them have voice clips that I already put in there. So there's a good amount in there already. But I will post, I'm not going to do a video and stuff. I'm just going to make maybe I'll do a video because some people don't see the community page. Okay, I'll do a little video looking like this for the giveaway. The giveaway that I'm going to be doing is access to the codex and the whispers that I was using. I think that's all. See everyone soon. Oh, I might not have. Oh, the other thing was if you didn't sign up for email notifications, there's that available. I sent out one yesterday. I have to take off. Oh yeah, winter drawing as well. I'm doing that today. For that. That'll be probably this evening. That video will be up. Okay, so yeah, that and that. What was the other thing? I don't remember. Okay, that's all. Bye, everyone.